Hello guys, my name remains Blessing and you're welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about something different. Do you know it doesn't matter where your husband or your wife to be is, as far that you are determined and prayerful, it can work. So on this channel we talk about immigration and relocating from one country to another and lifestyles content. But today, we'll be discussing something you will like, something sweet, something unique, something ordained. Today with me, I have two beautiful ladies. I know these ladies, even before they got married. Now they are women. How time flies. We'll be talking about long distance courtship and marriage. So with me is
Moturaya
and
Shidalu.
You're welcome, ladies. Should I call you ladies or women now?
Ladies, please. No, ladies, please.
Okay. So we'll be starting with you, Chidalu, since you are the youngest wife here, the newest couple in town. Yay! So, briefly, how did you meet your husband?
Okay, how did I meet my husband? I met my husband through a mutual friend. So, yeah, that's how we met. And we kicked it off from there.
Good. And you?
Well, mine is a bit interesting because we met on Instagram. Officially.
Wow.
Yes, on
that
Instagram.
means social media is useful, actually.
Very, very.
I concur.
Okay, so on this video, we'll be asking questions and they'll be answering us. Okay. So how did you know he was the one? Try, I'll start from you on this one.
How did I know? Well, I would say that number one, communication made me know that he was the one for me, and also I was just there was no troubles or worries at any point from when I met him to when I saw him, and when even when my parents even met him, it was more like, in short, I don't know, it was just, I would say, and again, of course, I prayed about it and I didn't have any doubts whatsoever. So I would say I just knew that this is the man for me.
And you, Chi, how did you know that your husband was the one for you?
Well, for me, he's a very open person, right? For me, I want someone that's really open, someone that is able to communicate, someone that's very transparent. So that trait alone made me know that he was the one, or rather he is the one. And secondly, he's, like Mutari rightly said, communication too was key for me, and we just became very close friends, right? Wow. We talk like 3 or 4 times a day and video calls and all of that. So that's how I just knew, and of course I had peace of mind and I prayed about it. So yes, that's how I knew.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good. So when you broke the news to your parents that okay, you want to get married to this young man, what was their reaction? How did they feel?
For me, my mom wanted to chase me out of the house, so don't mind me, please. But yeah, my family was happy. They spoke to him and they really liked him, and of course he came over to the house. My father is one person that is not open. My father was really open, and they were talking about politics, football, and all of that. And yeah, they were really happy about.
And you, Sister Mutrai?
But as for me, before we even decided to get married, you already visited my sister and her husband and also my parents, and having conversations with them made it like fresh air for them to just say that. When I even told them that we have decided to get married, they were very excited because they saw that he's a man, man for their daughter, and for us, in terms of my sister, like for my sister as well, like she really liked him, and my sister's husband especially was like, can I say it in Yoruba? Omojilo soja, because of course physically and also appearance as well, and also in terms of having a conversation, you can also tell when you're speaking to someone, you can read the person to an extent. So that alone brought about joy in my family that Motsura is getting married. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. So Chidalu, and during the time of your courtship, based on the fact that you're both miles away, how did you feel?
Well, I didn't feel some sort of way. Like I earlier said, I had peace of mind. So even when we started talking about had the intention of getting married, I didn't feel any way. I had peace of mind. I'm one person that I really trust people, right? So it was good for me. I felt good. I wasn't scared at all.
Good. So, the second part of the question I will ask you, Muturayo, were you worried that something might happen when were you not, scared that with this leads to marriage as planned?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't scared to even have it because I just felt that I already prayed about it, and I know that the God I serve will not lead me to the wrong man, and I just had it that God has already has ordained it. So that alone, having that assurance, I knew that it was going to lead to marriage. So there was no fear. Like I said earlier, I was not even I didn't have doubts. So yeah, it was I just thank God for that. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so this is a question to Chidalu. So knowing that there are so many women out there, you were not worried?
Not at all. How can I be worried? I was not worried at all. I was at peace all through.
Well, that means you really trust the man that God has given you people. That is trust.
Yes, that's the
because that can only be trust can make you to have that peace of mind and rest. Good. So Chidalu, how long was your courtship before getting married? The duration of your courtship.
Well, it was about 8 months. Yes, it was about 8 months before we got married.
Wow. So how long was your courtship before you get married?
Well, I would say about a year. Yeah.
You see, at times whatever God has ordained, it doesn't matter how many months. As far as this is the person that God has really given you, it will work. It works. That is with your testimony so far, right? And what both of you are saying. I will say that as far that this is the one that God has given you, even if it is 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it will work.
Yeah.
And as you get married, you'll begin to know and learn each other. That's good. Be encouraged. Before the marriage, how often did you see each other?
Well, we visited, okay, so we actually met in Nigeria because he's not based in Nigeria. So we met each other in Nigeria.
So before the marriage?
Yeah, before the marriage. So I met him once.
So both of you traveled to your country? And
we both traveled to our country of origin, which
and
is
you're
Nigeria.
from the same country, both of you?
Yes, we're from the same country. Yeah.
Good. And you? Did you see
Yes,
each other?
I went to Nigeria once to visit. Yeah, and we saw each other for the first time.
How long have you been in Canada?
Okay, I have been for 7 years.
Good, you're a Canadian.
Funny enough, we actually came in the same year,
time,
so 7 years. The both
7
of
years,
us,
7
yeah.
years.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Same
yes.
month. It's
We've
the
been
same
here for
year,
7
yeah.
years, same
Both
year.
of you are really meant to be together. That's nice.
man.
That is nice. So, Chidalu, how are you feeling?
Well, I feel good. I feel very good. Although sometimes you have 1 or 2 quarrels here and there, but to be honest, it
It's
feels really
normal.
good.
Don't
Yeah.
be deceived. It's normal. And you?
Yeah, I feel
Same question.
very happy and grateful. Yeah, I'm just happy that I'm married to the best man.
Yep.
I bless God for you. So, to Muturayo now, what did you do to spice things up in your long distance marriage? What have you been doing? You're
Okay.
married now, so what have you been doing to?
In my long distance, that means
Yes,
before we got
before
married.
you got married. Yes, before you
Okay,
got married.
yeah.
Yes.
So, well, number one, of course, video calls. We had to always do that one, and not just that, and also, of course, I send pictures. Let me see what you're wearing today. You're going to work. Let me see how good you're looking in the office. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm that kind of person. And what I'm wearing to work, let's just see, and also if you're out with your friends, I want to talk to your friends. You want to talk to my friends. So it was.
I never spoke to you when you were courting.
Nope, I don't think we actually. Were you here already then?
Can you
Of course
imagine?
she was.
Yeah, so more video calls, we talking to friends as well, his own friends. Apparently, we actually have mutual friends, so it made it more we talk about a lot of things, just being transparent about your whereabouts and whatever you're doing, even your cook. Like anytime he's cooking something, I want to see the video what you're cooking, stuff like that, just to talk about music, different things basically.
That's good.
Communication, that's like
major thing,
top of the list.
Okay. And you, Chidalu, what did you do to start such a marriage during your time of your courtship? He's some miles away or somewhere. How did you?
Honestly, I'll go with Motura, your communication, video calls every time before you go to bed. Okay, for example, now when you're going to work, tell me what you're wearing, and you're in the kitchen, what are you cooking? Just basically, we're always talking video calls. That's what we did.
That's good.
Yeah.
Are you listening? Listen, advice. This is practical.
Yes.
They did it and it worked. It has all ended in praise for them.
Yes. Yes.
And it can work for you too.
Yes.
So both of you are Canadians, and I know that when you are married and your husband isn't in Canada with you, there is a process to unite your husband, or your wife together to come stay with you, filing papers, sponsorship, and all those things. So can you tell us a bit about it, Chidalu? I'll start for you. Be brief, and you will say something about it.
Honestly, it's a lot of process. I would say once you start talking to your significant other, I think you should start taking records of the conversations, the pictures, because of course when you're filing, they're going to ask you all those questions. They want to know how long you guys have been communicating.
The pictures
pictures, all the WhatsApp messages, emails, social media conversations. Really? It's a lot of process. So yeah, that's what it is.
So during the process of filing, you have to put pictures, messages, emails.
All your wedding pictures, most of your wedding pictures, they want to see that you guys had a big ceremony. It was not an arranged marriage. It was an in-person marriage. It's a lot of work.
Wow.
Yes.
Yep. Do you want to add to that?
Yeah, and also like during my time, it was paper application, but now I think they've updated some things. So she did rather online application, and also you can you definitely have to keep checking because they keep changing, bringing up new things. So I wouldn't say what worked during my time would work like now or like in the next.
They are very smart.
In the nearest future. So that's it.
Okay, so you didn't have to, put pictures and email and text messages.
No, oh my God, mine was even worse because it was paper. So you have to print out everything. Like go to photography, whatever location to print out all your pictures, everything, like my WhatsApp messages, Instagram messages. Thankfully, that was where we met. So I had a lot of messages, so you have to have records. You can't just, be talking and not take pictures. Even when you're even video calling, you can, take pictures of each other.
Really?
Just to know that, you guys are
that means you need to show a lot of
proof.
Yeah.
That's
to show that it's not a marriage of convenience, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you both decide on who will relocate? How did you both decide on which country to settle? Chidalu, I'll start.
Well, we had an agreement and we prayed about it, and we told ourselves that we're going to settle in Canada. So that's where we are.
Motura, how did your decision? How did you guys agree on where to settle?
Well, for me, since mine was in Nigeria, I would say that it was sort of easy to an extent for me, right? It was easy for me to for the both of us to agree that, it's best for him to just come here now. At least in the nearest future, we can decide to always either visit Nigeria or relocate maybe in the nearest future. Nobody knows, but at least for now, it's best based on how Nigeria is for now. It's best for him to just come here. And, we both agreed on that, and that has been wonderful.
And you have had a beautiful, baby boy together in this short courtship and distance marriage. Well done, both of you. I congratulate you both once again. Congratulations.
Clap ourselves.
Yes,
Thank
because some people out there have gone into a distance relationship or distance courtship and it did not end well like yours have done. So you're just here to encourage those in this situation or those who are scared to venture into it, to be encouraged, to pick some point from this video that we're doing. So pick some point from the wisdom they have been dishing out to us this evening. So Motrayo, what advice do you have for those in a long distance courtship or relationship? What will you want to tell them?
Well, I would say that, first and foremost, you have to be, be ready to be transparent with one another. That's very key. And also, like, you can't just cancel out communication. You have to communicate, because that is the only way, you keep the relationship going. And, like I said, transparency, I would just say transparency and communication. Those are the two things that I would, say that for anyone who is in it or is planning or thinking or considering. Yeah, so those two things, you have to be ready to, to be intentional about it. And I believe it will end well.
Yeah.
Chidalu, what advice will you want to give to those that are in distance relationship or who want to consider a distance relationship or courtship?
Well, first of all, I'll say you should be prayerful. Pray to God about it, of course. God will lead you, God will guide you, He would definitely do that. Secondly, I would say be intentional. You have to know, when you know that your spouse is not with you, your husband or wife to be is not with you, you have to be intentional about it. You have to make sure you communicate, you have to do a lot of things together, and also that's the advice I would render.
Okay, thank you so much. I know we don't have your husbands here with us, but what do you have any advice for the men? Any advice for what they will expect the man should do?
Expectation for the man. That's very interesting. I wish I could speak for men, but to be honest, I would say,
based on your experience, what was he doing that you really like? So you want to advise any man?
Okay, I would say just listen. Have listening ears. Like, that is really good. Like, because I know it's not all women like to talk, but me, I like to talk. So you have to listen. And ensure that not just listening, but the person understands what you're saying.
Exactly. Your mind is not divided. Pay full attention to what the lady is
just
saying.
Pay attention. Sure. Yeah.
Good. And Chidalu, what do you want to say to the ladies? What do you want to say to the ladies and what they should do? For their husband to be.
Well, for me, I would say men communicate, talk every day as much as you like. Before you sleep, before you pray together too. I would say that's very, very important in your relationship.
So the lady should be encouraged to always want to pray with the husband to be.
Yes.
Okay, and it should be free to talk to, respectfully. That's key.
The respect should be on both sides.
On both sides,
of course. Both sides do. Both sides.
Yes, so very
yes. Key. No authoritarian.
Abi.
Authoritative is good, but authoritarian, no. Thank you so much, beautiful ladies. We're glad to have you here. Thank you for dishing out from your well of wisdom to the world. I pray that, or I hope that, or I wish that somebody out there will benefit from all that you have said today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eshegoni.
Thank you.
Dalu.
Dalu, yes. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.